How's it going, guys? So today we're going to talk about range sum of BST. So this question is quite good. It's not quite good, it's very good. So okay, so what we are doing in this question. So basically we have given a range, like we have given this complete binary tree. So we have given a range from low to high. So like from 7 to 15, and we have to find the sum between them. Okay, so like for example, like 7 plus 10 plus 15, it gives us 32. So we have to return the answer 32. So like as you look at the downward question as well, like they did the same thing over here. So we have a low which is 6 and our high which is 10. Okay, so we have to find from 6 to 10 the total number of sums, so which will be 6 plus 7 is 13, 13 plus 10 is 23. All right, guys. So now the question is like, how do we gonna do it? Okay, that's the main thing. That's the main thing is all about. Okay, so what I will gonna do, I will use the order traversal to solve this question. So in order traversal we have pre-order, in order, and post order. So I will use the help of in order to solve this question. So I will gonna use two methods, like you will see. One is like not efficient too much, the second one is like too effective and optimal approach. Okay, so let's just start this question. First of all, how we gonna first of all code it? So what I will do, I will just simply check if I will travel my binary tree, and I will select from the root. I will start. I will say, like, in the in order, how we travel in order. First of all, we go for the left, then we go for the node, then we go for the right. So what do you mean? Like, we first of all go for the left one, then we go for the node one, then we go for the right. Okay, that's how we will do this question. Okay, so let me just erase these things up. Right, so okay, let's just get started. So right now I'm on the 10. So what I will do, I will go for my left. First of all, I go for my left. So I will go my 5, which is root, which has two childs, 3 and 7. So I will go for, like, one more thing before going further is, in binary search tree, what happened, like, the left node is smaller than the root value, and the right node is greater than the root value. Okay, so if you look at over here, we have 10. So 10 has these small values, like, which is 5, 3 and 7. These are smaller than 10. Okay, and 10 right one is, if you look at it, greater than 10, 15 and 18. And similarly, if I come over here on the 5 now, so I have left and right. So my left is smaller one again, and my right has to be greater than my root node. Okay, so what will happen once I'm on the 5? I will go for the left now. I go over here on the 3. So it will check whether 3 has any root children. Whether 3 has any children. No, it did not have. So it will go for its left. It did not find anything. It go for its right. It did not find anything. Then we will simply return our sum. So our sum will become over 3. But if you look at over here, our low is 7. So 3 is lower than 7. So we can't consider this one. Okay, either we want greater than 7 or equals to 7 to put into our sum. Okay, so I will just simply return over here. So once I'm returning over here, now I will go for my node. So I will check my node. Is my node is greater than or equals to 7? No, it did not. Then what I will do, I will go for its right. I'll go for its right. Okay, so when I'm traveling its right, I will again check whether this 7 has any left child or right child. So if you look, it does not have any left. So I will return null over here. I will just simply return from here, because 7 has null. Okay, so I will just simply return over here, and I will calculate, and I will put in my sum. So initially my sum from the 0 becomes 7. Okay, now my sum is 7. I will go back again. Now I will calculate node. So I travel left for this 10 one. Now I will calculate node. So my node is 10. Is 10 greater than greater than less than our low and high? Yes, it is. So I will add 10 into this. So we will get 17 over here. Alright. Now what I will do, I will travel for its right. So once I reach its right, now we are going for the right. We travel left, we travel node. Now I'm on the right one. So in its right, I will check, is this one has any left? No, it does not have any left. So I will just simply go for its node first of all, because it did not have left. So its node is 15. So I will put 17 plus its sum 15, which is 32. Okay, now I will, like, this now what remaining is, we have remained right one. But when I'm going to the right one, I see the 18 is greater than our high 15. So we did not consider 18 as a sum, so we just simply return from here. Okay, we did not do anything, we just simply return over here, because neither it has left, neither it has right. Okay, we just simply return from over here, and you see, we just get our total sum, which is 32. I hope this thing is crystal clear to you guys. Okay, so now let's just code it up, like how we will code this thing. So as I told you, like everything will be same, so you will see. Let me just erase this thing. Okay, so all right. Okay, let's just code this thing up. So what I will do, I will first of all create my sum, and I will initialize it as 0. So I will say public int sum, my mistake, is 0. Okay, now what I will do, I will get into this and I will create one base condition. My base condition will be if my root is equals to null, then what it means, like I reach this endpoint, I reach over here on the 3, so it has nothing. So I will just simply return my sum, over here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create one function which will help me to calculate left and right. So I will create my calculate sum function, okay, which will go from the root to low and high. Okay, now I just simply return my sum over here. That's all what we did. Let me just create now the main calculate function where I will calculate all the things. Okay, so public void calculate sum. So I will just simply copy this value because save the time. Okay, so all right. Alright guys, I hope this thing is clear. Okay, now what I will do, I will create again a base condition to check if we reach the, if my root is at null, then I will simply return for this one as well. Nothing to do. Alright, now what I will do, I will calculate my sum on the left side of my child, like for of my 10 root. So I will go on its left side. Okay, so I will say calculate, just simply paste calculate sum root dot left from low to high. Okay, and similarly I will create one for right as well, but before that I have to go calculate my node. Okay, so I will work for that as well, but let me just create this one as well. Okay guys, all right, now here comes the main thing. So what I have to do, I have to first of all let me just move it up. Okay, so here comes the main thing. So now what I have to do, I have to check if my value lie between my low and the high. So how I will gonna do, I will say if my root dot value is greater than equals to low. If it is greater than equals to low and my root dot value is less than equals to high. Okay, if that's true, then what I will do, I will simply put it into my sum. My sum will be sum plus equals to root dot well, and the code is complete. So this is the optimal code, like whatever I just tell you over here is the entire thing over here. So what we are doing, we are going to the left first. If you look at over here, we're going to the left. Okay, then we are calculating its node, like once we reach to the 3, then I will check it, calculate it. If it is lower, then I will simply return it over here. Okay, let me just remove this space from here. Okay, I will return it. Otherwise I will just say go for the right, and I will again, if it fit into this condition, then I will increment my sum, I will add into my sum, and that's how we're going to calculate. Let me just give a quick run to this. Let's see whether we are getting this. Yeah, we are getting the perfect answer. Let me just submit it and you will see. So I just submit it. So you see the time complexity we are dealing over here is the big O of n. The space complexity is again big O of n. Okay, so now why this is not an optimal good approach is because if you look at over here, my mistake, because if you look at this code, then what we are doing over here, we are traveling to the every binary node which we know, like this is not considered because this is less than our low, then but still we are traveling to that node, so we don't have to do that. So to make it more efficient, we will use some condition to not travel to that point. Okay, so what we will do, I will just simply create one if condition. If my calculate sum is greater than low, if it is greater than low, then only I will go over here, because if you look at over here, okay, so we come from 10, we are now going to the 5. So if I'm going to its left, I already know the left one will be the smaller one. So I will check, is it will be smaller than 7? Yes, it is smaller than 7. If I come over here, now I just simply know, like if I go on the left, I don't have to go, because I will definitely get lower than this value, so it's not a point. But like I can get greater than on my right side, so I can get one answer which is greater than on my right side, so which I get 7 over here. So okay, this might be 6, this might not be considered, but there is a chance to get a greater one on the right side. Okay, that's why like I will just go table on my right one, okay, over here. Then similarly, I just simply go back over here and add my 7 plus 10, 17 again. Then this we just table is left and node. Now it's time about right. So once I come over here on the 15, I will check, is 15 left? 15 left does not exist. So I will put this one in my sum, okay, which will get 32. Now what happened, like I already know my, I reach my high, I reach my optimal case. So this high is my maximum 15. So if there is no point to go on the right, because if I go on the right, then I will definitely get a greater value than this. So there is no point, so we will not go over here. So you know, if you look at over here, we are just we just like so you know, if you see, like we are just saving too much time over here to not travel to this one. We are just simply getting what we need. Okay, so I hope this code is clear to you guys. So that's what we are that's what all we do in our case. So I will simply say, if, again I will just put my calculator, some condition is less than high. Okay, then similarly all right guys, so let me just again give a run hit. Before that, let me erase this thing. So now you'll see, like before that we are dealing with the time complexity of, and in this one as well we deal with the time complexity of over of and as well. But this is an optimal approach, because in the worst case what will happen, like it will again remain the off, and because like we know, like where we have to travel, but in that one we don't know where we have to travel. So in that one might be our time complexity is might be disturbed, is go greater than of n. So, okay, so that's how like we just made it more optimal. So let me just run it to see. Okay, we just get an error. Calculate. So guys, I just did a stupid mistake. What I did is I have to write root dot val over here, not calculate sum. I just did a very stupid mistake. So let me just clear it out. My mistake, I have to write root dot val, because if my value is greater than lower, then only I will travel to the calculator. My mistake, my bad, seriously. So sorry for that. Okay, this will be root dot val as well. If it is, like I'm again saying, if it is lower greater than low, then we will go, and if it is less than high, then we will go. Okay, my value, let me just run it. Now it will go, finger crossed. Yeah, it is. So sorry about the mistake. I hope like just a clear. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you guys. Let me just submit it, you will see the difference. And here we go guys. So if you look at over here, we are going over time complexity of 100%. Okay, the time complexity 100%, because I told you now, like in this one, like the runtime is one millisecond, because it taking time to, it's going every time over there. But in this one we know where we have to go. Okay, and don't look at our memory space. Like in this one I got the memory space or like something 96% faster. So you know, like why is that? Because it depends on the server load. So if there is too much load on the server, then it will fluctuate. So don't worry about that. So guys, I hope this thing is crystal clear to you. If you have still any problem, any doubt, I will say that do watch this video again. You will definitely get to understand. I try my best to explain this question as much as like I did my best. Alright guys, so I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care, bye bye, and I love you guys.